All right, we should be going live, and we are live. Hello, skewers! Hey, everybody! Welcome back to another RSG lunch stream. I am your host with the most and part of the RSG crew, Ranger J 1999. Glad to have you guys here for another fabulous lunch stream where we do nothing but talk shop about Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and have some fun while we do it. We're going to do mod depression, we'll do a roster review, and we'll answer your questions. If you have any questions, pop those over into the chat. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, and we'll get those scooped up. But make sure you put question in front of your statement or I won't see them, and that's on you, not me. But welcome to the show. Have lots of fun stuff planned. Got a busy day today, so we're going to do this show. Then right after this, I'm going to go into my GAC. Then we'll have a short little hiatus, and then we'll be back at 7 because we have our big Wednesday night stream, the longest running live stream in the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes community. So 7 will be the pre-stream with all the VIPs, and then 8 p.m. we'll have the big stream. We'll see if there's any news to talk about, things of that nature. But glad to have you guys here. Make sure you say hello in chat. We'll shout out everybody here in chat here in a minute or two. A couple housekeeping stuff. You can see Vader's Cup of Plenty in the middle there if you'd like to donate while we're live. You do super chat, become a Patreon sponsor, Twitch, any of that stuff. It'll pop up. You can donate bits, whatever. It pops up there. Everything you do goes into Vader's Cup of Plenty, and that's what we use to keep the stream going. So that's there for you guys. Our ACS campaign is well underway. We are we're fighting pediatric cancer this time around as we raise money for the American Cancer Society. So if you haven't checked out our Tiltify campaign, please do go to the link down below. You can even go purchase your wristband and show your support for what we're trying to do. We have our big stream coming up beginning of December. We're locking that down, so get prepared for big news on that. And then this is all leading to our half marathon and 5K run and things that we'll be doing on the weekend in April, beginning of April, where we will be running to show our support for the fight on cancer. So yeah, that's what we're doing. But glad to have you guys here. Also joining me here, we have Grim the Mechanic is with us today.
How's it going, guys?
And no Finn, he's probably in his meeting. He always has a stupid Wednesday meeting that goes forever and a day. Finn will be heading out either, I think tonight, tomorrow. He'll be heading out to Chicago to hang out with some of the skewers out there. So that'll be exciting. He'll be gone for pretty much the rest of the week, and it'll just be little old me running everything after today. So that'll be great. We did have fun yesterday. Did some Battlefront with 4th Okagi and some of the skewers. That was fun. Was hanging out with Operation Metaverse and Urs in the chat, hanging out with everybody, so that was a lot of fun. Always great streams. I try to be involved with as many streams as I can, at least watching them and offering little bits of fun stuff here and there, but a little hard. There's so many good streamers out there. I was hanging out with Justine yesterday on his channel yesterday as well. He has some horrible RNG happened to his GAC, poor guy. So yes, glad to have everybody here. Let's see who's out there in chat, Grim. Let's say hi to all the skewers. It is hump day. It's Wednesday. Mike. Let's see what we got. Dr. Feelgood's the first one. He's the one that makes you feel all right. Says, happy Wednesday, everyone. Yuta says, greetings, amazing skewers of the skewers. Happy hump day, all is well. Yes, he says, hope all is well. JTB, Jenna Charney Bagels is here. He says, sup, ladies and gents. Black Mama says, happy hump day to all. We're now less than a month away from Jedi Fallen Order. Woot, it's around the corner. Jason Hummel says, happy hump day. Glad to have you here, Jason Hummel. Mus Mike says, good morning. CBO 97 says, hump day. A lot of hump days in the chat. I like to see that. Darth Vader 87 says, hello. Slab Meathead says, sup, y'all. Sniff 8888 says, what's up, brothers? Level 50 Flack and Jedi Reverend Squad here. Hey, glad to have you here. That's a new name, Sniff 8888. So we're glad to have you here. And welcome to the Skew Land. Grande Vargas says, Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump. Do the Humpty Hump. Makwas here says, hello, happy hump day. Torn Jack says, good afternoon. All. Ray Rock says, morning skewers and gamers. Revenator says, need more mod depression in my life. Well, I'll try to give you as much as I can. Proper Cash says, greetings and salutations, skewers. Get your pickles out and do the Humpty Hump. Hell yeah, whip out your pickles. Rooster Daddy says, pickles out for hump day. He's got the camo emoji going with the pickles out. Hell yeah. Brigars Aegon says, good afternoon. Spider with the wave. Fetty Chico says, hello. Rooster says, smash that like button. Yes, please, if you could smash that like button, definitely. Fourth Akagi says, what's up, Ranger? What's up, Fourth Akagi? Dr. Gonzo H, our other resident doctor of the channel, says, howdy. Howdy, Dr. H. Shadowville says, howdy, peeps. Happy hump day. My H-Down brothers here. Moss Mike says, why is T Minnie so obsessed with Wampa's gender? It's getting kind of weird. I don't think she's obsessed. She just likes to have fun. Yeah, I was the one that kind of corrected the fact that they were using yesterday. I am a little bit of a lore expert. I have put lore videos out there. I was waiting to do some more, but I was hoping to see if they were going to drop. I'm going to wait till SWGOH, then I'll put a whole bunch more out. John Pritchard says, hi, everyone. Hey, John. Skywalker Vader, our Canadian brother up there up in Canada, drinking that good old Canadian whiskey and eating maple syrup. He says, good afternoon, everyone. Pickles out, eh? Matt Bailey with his wonderful greeting says, gracious good morning, gentlemen. Glad to have you here, Matt. Herb Fulgrim says, howdy, 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 howdy. 4 howdies. Well, hello there, Herb Fulgrim. TealMad92 says, well, hello there. Thank you, TealMad. Scorp30 says, what's up, Ranger? What's up with you, Scorp30? And I think that gets us caught up on everybody. Let me just check one time. I think that's everyone. All right. I think I got everybody's name. I'll catch you as you come in and say hi. Make sure you do say hi, and I will make sure to shout out your name if I catch you. If I miss you, it's not personal. There's a lot of names and stuff flying in the chat. Sometimes I catch you, sometimes I don't. But if you watch long enough, I will eventually shout out your name. And we like to do that because we appreciate all your support. Okay. Let's do this. Let's rock and roll. It is now time for, you guys know what time it is. It's time for mod depression. Now you know how, there's no good way to go about it. You can see I'm working on my general Anakin. I need to get some stun guns, and I'll work on him eventually. He's getting there. But we'll run him in GW as well today, so we'll have some fun. You can see he's slowly but surely coming up. Yeah. Working good. So we'll get him to gear 11 soon enough. I've got a lot of Chirotechs I've been farming. That's all I really use my energy for, is for the Chirotechs. Fully into there. I'm just saving up my Zetas to where I can put all 4 down. And then we'll do those. Well, on the way, we got some TW coming up and some other things. Events, I'm farming the Zetas as quickly as I can, so we'll be there soon enough. Hey, Brian Buddy says, good morning all. Hey, Brian, glad to have you here. So I need some stun guns to take him to the next gear level and keep rocking and rolling. So Anakin's getting there. I might as well stay in there. Let's go do mod depression. This is, if you've never seen it, this is where, like an idiot, I try to roll and slice mods. It never works. It always works off screen when I do it, but when I'm on screen, it always seems to go bad, and I pull mods like an idiot and try to roll them and slice them, and yeah, it doesn't turn out too well for old Ranger there. So we're gonna do some slicing. Wait, do I have anything I need to slice? Let me look here. What's this? It's a 3. Why is that even on there? Get out of here. That's a 3-speed arrow. No. All right. Did I have some mods? Wait, let me go back through here. I thought I had something to slice. Let's look here. Okay, that's a 5. That's a 5. So I have 2 5 speeds that are gray. We'll probably do those. I don't think I have anything else that. Yeah, we got kind of hosed yesterday with that one mod that didn't hit anything, so that sucks. So let's go do those great mods. We'll slice those today, and then we'll see. That's our mod depression for today. We've got the energy to do it, so let's go do that. We'll slice these. I know for a fact that this is going to go pretty ugly, so we'll do that. Oh, I got enough for 1. Well, goody. Oh, we got the Smuggler's Run, so... All right, here we go. We're going to go... Well, there's no defense, but that's no guarantee that this is going to turn out well. So, yeah, here we go. And what did we hit? We hit a protection. Of course we did. Now, it's still a green mod. We'll still try to slice it again, but... yeah. That's not good. It never works out in our favor. What's this? That's a 4-speed, so... God dang it, man. All right, well, we made a run for it, the depression. Never, when I'm on channel, does it ever really hit. We never can have that joy I can have with the skewers where it's like, Teals popped in. Hey, Teals. No spin for you. That's right. No speed for you. Denied. All right, well, that didn't turn out well, Grim, so...
Are you actually surprised?
No, it never does. There's hope. I feel like, rebellions were built on it, but it wasn't built on getting good speed sets and crap on mods. So, oh, lordy. All right, let's let's go do our roster review. That'll make me happy. That's really the way you want to do it. So let's do that. All right, there we go. All right, let's get this pulled up, and then let's pull up our roster review for today. And what is this? Get out of here. Quit. All right. Today we're doing Rabbit, Samurai Rad's profile, and they're in internal beta test. So shout out to your guild internal beta test. Glad to have maybe some of you watching there. So let's see here. It is a false hope, says Yuta. Yeah. All right, so let's see what Old Rabbit says. I'd like to please have a review of typical squads using TW, TD, TB, and GAC. I have several teams that are 7 stars, but with my modding gear mods, I'm not sure which group I should push to Gear 12 first and why, and then maybe a ranking of which group should go to Gear 12 after that. Off the top of my head, these groups include Old Republic, Padme Scoundrels, pretty much he lists all those clones. They're mostly Gear 8 to 10 range, and I don't know who is put to focus on first. Thank you. All right. So let's just do a brief little synopsis here. We're doing okay in Arena. He's at 3.8 million GP, so a couple things we are missing. We are not running the Homewood Fleet, so not doing great in Fleet. So we'll take a look at that. The Arena team is, it's Jedi Knight Revan. It's just not going to hold. There's a lot of teams out there that can beat it. I mean, Jedi Knight Revan's really good, but yeah. Well, we'll look at that as we go through your character. So let's kind of get a synopsis here of what we're doing. So really we need to look at where are you with other characters. So we do have Darth Revan. So let's go to your Sith Empire and see where we are with that, because it's a better team to run in Arena. I think that's the first thing we definitely need to take to Gear 12 and higher. So we do have Darth Revan. We do not have Malik. So Darth Revan, getting him geared is a priority. That's first thing. I mean, he's still too damn good not to get him squared away. If we go through and look at, makes me look at your Old Republic. All right, so we're short on Malik. So here's the deal. The direction I'm going to have you go is you're 3.8, getting close to 4 million. You're in Division 2, probably, if it's just the top of my head. We need to get you Malik. We need to get your Revan squared away. So the first thing that all those other teams you listed are immaterial. I want Zalbar, Karth, Mission, and Canderous to get to 17,500. Don't put any Zetas on Canderous unless you have to, but Karth, Zalbar, Mission, Zetas, get them geared, get Canderous geared, so that when Malik comes around, you can get Malik on your team. The other person you need to be gearing is Darth Revan. You have the 3 Zetas on him. He needs to go up priority, right? I think it'd give you much better bang for your buck once you get him squared away with your Sith Empire team, and help you in GAC and TW as well. The Old Republic team with Karth led is a good team to put on defense. You can use it on offense. It'll give you another team that you can place down that can be countered, but everything can be countered in this game. So you can't worry about that, but you just want to make it as difficult as possible for your opponent. And the Old Republic team is a good one to do. It can be countered, but if they're using a good team on your Karth team, then they're not using it on somewhere else. So that's what you have to kind of think about in terms of GAC, TW, things of that nature. So priority is Revan, and then the Old Republic. I want Malik squared away, and we have to think about two now. We have 2 epic confrontation characters. You tell a lot of people this, things shift when the game shifts, right? You got to think about, if you want to focus on getting better in GAC and TW, you've got to think high echelon teams. What do you need for those high echelon teams? Not just for TW to help your guild, but in GAC. Getting Malik will also give you the side benefit of getting the Old Republic team squared away, and they're really good. Then you get Malik that adds to your Darth Revan team, and that'll help you out long term as well. So those are 2 teams, the Sith Empire and the Old Republic, that we need to look at. The other thing now that we do have gas in the game, the thing we need to look at then is where do we go from there? That is Shifty Silo. And we need to look at your GR and certain characters, and we need to look at your Separatists for certain characters. Because, if you had not seen the 15 hours I damn near spent trying to get JAS with Gear 12 characters and then having to beg and whore myself out for stuff, you saw what happened. It was ugly. So we know that certain characters are going to be needed. Now, I think you should continue farming your Geonosian Brood Alpha. He's a great character. Your Geos are pretty solid, so keep working on that. But continue farming Django. Continue farming B1, Droidica, IG Magna Guard. Because you're going to need them. Your Saj, she's 12. She's got 2 Zetas. Perfect, right? After you get Old Republic and Darth Revan squared away, you need to start going into... I'd go into your GR team next and finishing the gear and stuff on them. Then I'd go in here and I'd finish, after you get your farm on these characters, the gear is going to go on these characters. One, with Grievous and the droids, is a great team for GAC. With Geonosian Brood Alpha going up, then that's going to be another great team for you. So that's going to be your focus. Any other team that I'm looking at, I'm just going to see where you're at, whether you can use them or not, and where to use them. It's not that I want you to work on them. But these characters, one, will get you great teams. By focusing toward Gas and focusing toward Malik, will get you really the epic confrontation characters. It'll get you a bunch of squads out of just working towards those that you can use in your GAC. I mean, having a General Grievous team, having the GR team squared away, having Old Republic, having Malik, and then eventually getting GAS is, this is going to help you long term, right? I don't want you focusing on anything else. I don't care about First Order. I don't care about anything. Get your Django done, because you're farming him and you need him anyway. And you probably need the ships. I haven't looked yet. We need to look at your Houndstooth and things of that nature. So this is where your farming aspect and who you need to gear and stuff goes. Plain and simple. Don't worry about anything else. Because not having those, this is what you need to do. All right, let's just take a quick gander at what you do have and where you can use them. Bounty Hunters. Good. Let's check the speed modding on your boss. 239, too slow. Needs a speed set, tenacity, or defense or health as the secondary set. He needs to be faster, around 260. He only has the 1 Zeta, and you don't have Django lead. So this is a team you can use just as this. It's basically a team you put down, but yours is too slow. It's going to get troopered. So I'd say put this team down, make them use something. If they have troopers, they're going to use it. So, yeah. So, question: what is the best brand of boogie board? I have no idea, good old Maurice. I don't boogie board, so I don't love the nighttime. I don't love to boogie. So there you go.
One that lets you boogie until you can't boogie woogie no more.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Bounty Hunters. This team it's solid, but it's a team you place on defense. But it needs some work. If you can get your boss faster, that's going to help you long term. But farming Django and getting him squared away is going to help this team tremendously. Django Fett leadership makes it to where really they have to use CLS or another higher end team to beat it. And you want them using CLS and a higher end team to beat it, because that means they're not using it somewhere else. Someone was asking, like, my bounty hunters get killed all the time. Like, did you think about where you're placing them and what do you think their opponent's using? The guy had a 300 plus speed boss. But the team that he's probably using is either CLS and one of the other echelon teams. And if they're doing that, then they're not using it anywhere else. So that's a good thing. Just because my teams in the front line lose, I'm not worried about it, because I see the results of the secondary line, which is really good for me, that they go in there and they face them and they're like, they don't have CLS, they don't have Treya, they don't have like a Darth Revan or something. And then they see my back line, they're like, crap, what do I use? So that's okay. We're not worried about that. Bounty Hunters look solid. We got some stuff to do there. Your First Order, let's just take a gander. Really good. This is a frontline team you can use. It can be beaten by JTR. 2 speeds that I want to check. First of all, is your officer. He's 219, too slow. Kylo Ren, see how he's modded. A little weak. Slow too. They get 30 speed from his lead. This is a team you can place down. Yeah, it'll use JTR and stuff, but it is what it is. You do have Executioner. We need to get a little bit of gear eventually on First Order Stormtrooper. You're missing the second Zeta on Kylo, and you're missing the Zeta on First Order Stormtrooper. So this is a front team you can use if possible. Probably backline team. Hope that it can get some stuff from you. All right. Let's see here. First Order. Galactic Republic, we already talked about. This is a team you're going to be working on. The good news is you got 3PO, you got Jedi Knight Anakin with the Zeta done good. Let's work on our Padme. I know the Kyrtex and stuff. Let's go all in there. This is a team you should be working on after those other teams, all in on the GR team. But it's solid enough that you can use this. I don't think it's good enough for defense, but you could use it for offense. This would be a good offensive team. Your Padme is weak, so it'll maybe not as effective, but it's still pretty good. Imperial Troopers, so yours are pretty solid, but let's check the speed of your Stark. I mean, they're gear 11. 226, not fast enough. I mean, he gets 20 speed from Veer, so that puts him at 246. So one of the things I can tell already is that either we need to remod or we need to keep working on speed mods and speed sets. So, yeah. But it's solid. It's gear 11. It can take out stuff, but you got to have Stark fast. There's certain characters in each team that have to be fast. Stark is one of them because they're the engine that gets that team going. So, yeah. But this is a solid team. You can use this on offense only. Do not put that on defense. We already looked at your Separatists. Your Jedi team, I mean, this is your best team I'd keep for offense, honestly. Your Jedi Revan team, I'd keep it for offense. You don't really have anything else that you can really use it for. You can put on defense, but I think that you need it more for offense. We were talking about Old Republic. Look at your Night Sisters. Really good job on your Night Sisters here. This is maybe work eventually put a little bit of gear on your Night Sister Spirit. She's a great fifth on that team. She's a pain in the ass. This is a team you can put in the front line too.
Dude, I ran into a team, this GAC, that had a Gear 13 Night Sister Spirit Relic 5. And she was one-shotting my guys.
Oh, yeah.
Full health and protection, she'd be all, huh, and my dude would die.
Yeah, the thing about that is when I face a team like that now, is I always get rid of Spirit off the board. She's the first one I annihilate. I keep the
so
yeah.
hard.
You got to keep the Foresight off her because that just makes her damage go up through the roof. So yeah, but yeah, this is a great team on defense. Eventually, when you get your geos up, the good tactic I do is I put my Night Sisters up front, and then I put I put GR on defense. Trey can beat either one of those teams. However, you can only beat one of them, and then I've got Geonosians in the back waiting for them so that they can't use Trey against that. So anytime, the sooner you can have them burn a Trey, CLS, Darth Revan, anything like that in the front line makes your backline team stronger because they don't have those strong teams going in. But this is a great team to put in the front line on defense, and they look really good. So good job there. Your Rebels, these are offensive teams only. You can 4-man teams with this, with like CLS, Chewbacca, Han. You can throw an Old Ben. I do that all the time. But yeah, your Rebels look fantastic. Really good job. Your Resistance is kind of the same boat. This is an offensive team. Can take out Bounty Hunters. Can take out First Order. Can take out a lot of stuff. Yours are really good. You got Finn 12 with the Zeta. Wow, that's good. So you got pieces here. This is a great team for a lot of teams that you can beat on with offense, but they're an offensive team. Do not put them on defense. Your Scoundrels, how are they looking? All right, Ness is 11. She's got the Zeta. That's good enough. That's for clearing out any weak teams that people put down there. We do have the beginnings of the Kira stall team. We do have Vander, L3, and Kira. Young Han is 7 stars. You do have Stormtrooper Han. So if you need a team in the back line that can do something, you can use your Kira, Stormtrooper Han, L3, Vandor. Maybe put in another character for offense. You really don't have a lot. Maybe put in a new Gunray on that team or a young Han. Yours is only gear 9, so you could use it. I mean, it's the prepared team, but I mean, you don't have young Lando. But it's something you can put in the back line as a placeholder. It's really solid. You know, it can maybe get you some holds there. So let's see here. We already looked at your Separatists. Let's look at your Sith. Not your Sith Empire. We already talked about Darth Revan priority for gear. We do need to finish out the gear in Zeta on Darth Sion. Trey is 5-star. We need to get her geared. Even at 5-star gear 11 with her Zetas. Trey, the Sith Triumvirate itself, you can go in there with Sith Trooper if you want to as a 4th, but you really don't have to. But those 3 can take out a Night Sister team. I mean, just the Annihilate, the things that they can do, the isolation, it's just such a good team. So that's, besides GR and the Geonosians, the next team afterwards would be the Sith. Sith Triumvirate. That's a team that you really, really want. Your other Sith look fine. We already talked about Darth Revan. So yeah, that's a team that we'll eventually work on as well. So that'll be like the 3rd team out of the Separatist, GR, and then them. So priority is Old Republic and Darth Revan. Then after that, GR. Then go in and get your droids farmed and your Separatists, and then we can work on your Sith Triumvirate. That's the teams that you need to be focused on heavily. So I think that kind of covers where you're at. So there's some good stuff here, Rabbit, and then there's some stuff that needs some work on. So let's look at your modding situation so we can just see kind of where we're at with your mods. So we're going to go here, filter by speed secondaries, just to see what we're dealing with here. Okay. Your mod's all over the place. First of all, we got some slicing to do. There's some purples here on Grievous Kenobi, Sith Assassin. Yeah, there's a lot of purples and blue here that need to be sliced. So your first priority is to slice all these mods. So let's get these mods sliced. I don't want them taken to 6E. I want them taken to 5A. No slicing to 6E unless they go into the 20s. If you get a mod that gets into the 20s, then, that's fine. But let's hold off on the 6E for a while. Let's work on just slicing, right? Let's build it up. Because you have more than enough Gear 12 characters, but I just want to get them to 5A, and then we'll make an assessment after that. There's a lot of mods here that potentially get to 20, so we need a slice. So your first priority is a slice. Second priority is we need speed sets with speed secondaries. You are lacking that tremendously. So I think that's one thing that's hurting you badly. It sucks. It sucks to do. I hate telling you to have to do it. So I would say your priority is, after we get some of these mods sliced, I mean, you can do this both in the same day. You can farm speed mods, and you're looking for mods that hit gray and green 5 speed or higher. Any blues that hit 10 speed or higher. Keep those, rest, chuck them. Unless you get a purple that gets 15 speed or higher. There's certain numbers that you're just looking for. But yeah, we need speed sets, and we need speed sets bad. We also have mods all over the place. And you got a 23 speed on Chert that probably could be better used somewhere else. I mean, there's some mods here that are on different characters. I'm like, that could probably go somewhere else. Like, eventually you're going to have to work on getting your speed on your Von Bastila. You're going to need to get speed on your Darth Revan. So, speed sets, farming with speed secondaries is our priority. Also slicing these other mods. And then we need to look at putting the highest speed mods you have on your characters that need speed. Darth Revan needs high speed. Bastila needs high speed. Thrawn needs high speed. Boss needs high speed. Stark needs high speed. And there's a lot of characters down the line that need that speed to make the team effective. And that's one thing that we really want to focus in on here. So we need to kind of redo your modding a little bit. You need to think about, for your arena team needs to have your best mods and your best speed. If you're going to run Jedi Knight Revan, he needs to have the fastest speeds, period. Right? We want him going first. So yeah. So there's some work to be done here. Let's get this slicing done, and then at the same time start farming the speed sets so you can get them ready to be sliced after you get these other slicing done, because there's no potential for these mods to hit speed. There could be some really nice speed. And then once we get that done, then yeah. All right. So that's there. I want to look at your ships and where we're at with your ships. Now, you are farming Django, which is good, which means you're getting Houndstooth from that. So that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. We eventually do need to look at, yeah. If you can include in your farm Xanadu and IG, I know they suck, but let's get those part of your farm as well. We do want to eventually go for the Falcon. You have a 7-star home one. Yeah. So you're going to struggle in ships until you can get your home one and your Millennium Falcon. But if we can get you an unlock on the Falcon, that'll help you tremendously in ships. I know ships suck. I know a lot of people hate that, but even if you can get into the top 15, get 50 crystals a day, that's 50 crystals and more fleet currency that you use toward your Zetas. That'll help you out tremendously. Yeah, I think we should include the IG and Xanadu into your farm as well. So you got the droids and everything there with Separatists that you're farming. Django's a part of that, but that's for Houndstooth. Let's get IG and Xanadu as part of your farm as well. And then eventually we'll have to, when we get to a certain point with B1 done, we need to get into Anakin's ETA. It's part of gas. You're going to need it. It's just what it is. So those are the 3 ships you need to focus on along with Houndstooth. And I think that's going to open up some doors for you. So there you go. All right. Anything else you're seeing here, Grim? I think we covered a lot of stuff here.
I think you did pretty good on covering mostly all of it.
Yeah. And if Rabbit, if you have any questions specifically to everything, I know it's a lot of information I threw at you. If you have any questions that you want to just message me in Discord, we'll break it down for you. People that I do roster reviews all the time, like, okay, you said this, what about this? And I don't have a problem with that. I get messages from people that I did way long ago. People just message me all the time, period. I don't mind it. If you have any questions, Rabbit, all you need to do is just message me and I'll get you squared away, bro. So I know it's a lot of stuff, but yeah. Let's try to get, there's a lot of potential here to get focused and we get you in the right direction and focus on the right things. I think we can round out your squads and your things, get you going. on your ships. Get your modding situation squared away. I think we can really do a lot of good stuff with you, this squad. There's a lot of potential here. You've done a lot of good things already. You got a lot of good pieces unlocked. We just got to get you focused and get you in the right direction so that you can take advantage of the hard work and time that you put into your roster here. So, all right, so that's your roster review today. If you have any questions, message me, Rab. Thank you for letting us looking at your roster. Shout out to your guild again, Eternal Beta Test. And if you would like a roster review, all you need to do is send your GG page, like our good friend Rabbit here did, to Finity, Finity. Send that over to Finity with a little bit about what you want us to look at. Give him a day to respond. He'll respond eventually, and he'll get you in the queue. It's about a week to 2 week wait. When your time comes around, he'll set up a date and time, and then we'll get to your roster review. Now, if you would like your roster bumped up to the front of the line instead of the back of the line, because we go in order, then all you have to do is become a green Patreon or higher. We do a lot of cool stuff for our Patreons just besides this service or mini roster reviews. There's a lot of great stuff we offer our Patrons. So if you would like to support the channel, get something out of it, and get your roster review on the lunch stream done sooner rather than later, you can. So there's a lot of great benefits for coming to Patreon, so that's an option that we offer you guys. And if your modding situation is just a disaster and you need help with your teams, your squads, you need help with your modding, your mods all over the place, message me, RangerJ1999, and I will get you squared away. I work on the cheap, $15 for every 500k total GP, so that's like $30 for every million GP. And then most people love this. For $20 more, you just hang out with me on the Zoom call. You get to ask me questions, get to hang out, we get to know one another. I love it because it's a lot of fun. People enjoy it. I guarantee that you'll be in a much better position than you were, and do much better. People that have gotten it done, I really enjoy it, and I've had a lot of people come back and want me to, after a month or two, to come back and look at stuff again, and it's just a good overall experience. So I guarantee you'll have fun with it. We'll have fun doing it, and you'll be in a much better position because we'll break down like your teams and what you should be working on, and really break down the numbers and things like that. So you get 3 or 4 hours with me, Ranger J1999, when you did it. All right, that being said, I think we need to let me switch this over. It's time to get to questions, so let me get back to the gameplay. So let's do that. Let me pull this down. There we go. We're back into the game. Grim, if you can just watch chat. So there. All right. Yay. We're done with that. Okay. So let's get back in the game. Let me get the questions going. Let me pull this up. Okay. All right. Questions are popping up. All right, let me get the event started. It's Smuggler's Run. We'll go do that. I'm doing the deadly side. Who do I want to run? Let's go with L3. Yeah, that's good enough. I just put on auto. Oh god, I'm gonna get a bunch of mods out of this. Well, it'll be more mod depression, Grim, so that'll be fun. All right, let's see here. Question. Briere Zagon with our first question says, question, thank you for setting the record straight on the Wampa horns. With that said, is your Wampa a female? All right, so here's the thing with Wampas. You guys know I'm a lore junkie, and I do lore videos. I haven't done any in a while, but I do them, and done a ton of research. So the thing about Wampas is that they're weird. They're kind of like a reptilian primate kind of thing. They operate in family structures, kind of. They both hunt. Males mostly do the hunting, but they do go in hunting parties. Females will hunt, but when they're not hunting, they stay in the cave because usually they're raising kids, right? They're taking care of the younglings. So that's kind of their thing. During certain times of the season, males do primarily most of the hunting because it's like their mating season, and they wipe blood on them. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but the sexuality of a Wampa, you can't tell. There's other things that you can tell, but the horns are not an indication. Horns are just an indication of age. So the bigger the horns, the older the Wampa is. So if the Wampa in the cave could be female, the Wampa that attacked Luke, I do know for a fact it's stated in the lore that it was a male Wampa, probably in adolescence that was out hunting. Um, that's from the books and stuff that I researched. Um, but I have no idea what the version Wampa was in the cave. It could have been a male, it could have been a female. So there's no right or wrong answer on it. So there's no way of knowing because we don't have a good enough glimpse. It wasn't specifically said. So there's, yeah. Good old Maurice, we already did that one. What else? Any three question? Which is worse than JAC? Losing because you made one or two legit mistakes, or making a solid defensive plan and your opponent doesn't attack you to test it out? I always hate when I make boo boos. I did it not this last JAC, but the one this weekend when I was so focused on JAS. I did a JAC and I just played like ass. I was tired, my brain was exhausted, and there was a couple of things I did boo boos in there, and I think that's the worst feeling. Because if your opponent doesn't tag, your opponent doesn't tag. But, I mean, nothing you can do about that. But you can kind of control and dictate what you do on offense. And for me, that sucks more. When I'm like, oh, God, you go back and look, you're like, God dang it, what was I thinking? Brian Bodie, question, what is the target speed for Boss and Stark? I run Bounty Hunters without Django on D and Troopers on O. Ideally, you want, if out Django, as high as you can get them. I always say 270. That kind of gets you a little bit out of the trooper range, but even then it's not, because troopers with Stark you want around 260, 270, because with Veers you're going to get the 20 speed. So if your Stark is say like 265, you're going to get 20 speed. That puts him at 285. If you're facing a boss team, especially if he doesn't have the second Zeta, you're going to destroy it. I've done it so many times in GAC. But ideally you want Django in there because what it does is it gives you 30 speed on top of everything else that his lead does. But that puts your boss around 300. That makes him not only trooper proof, but also makes him JTR proof, especially if you have the second Zeta, because one, you're going to outspeed them. I mean, BB-8 gets a lot of speed, but it really does make a huge difference. So really the only team that you can use ideally is CLS or upper echelon team to beat it, right? If you don't have it, it just comes down to what's the speed on your boss. If you can get them 280 or above at that point, then you have a pretty good shot, because a lot of people don't put a lot of speed on their Stark. They don't do high enough speed. And if your boss goes first against a trooper team, you're going to be good. So I would say the end goal is to get them near 300. But if you can get them 280 or above, that's going to put you in a pretty decent spot to not be able to be troopered. If you're like 260, 270 without Django, there's a good shot, depending on what they modded for, that they could be troopered. So those are kind of the ideal speeds that you want. Mark Garnett, question, what is the best turn order for a bounty hunter team with Django? Boss, Bubba, Zam, Nest. Bounty hunter team, it depends on what team you're facing. It's going to be on... ideally you want... Boss, then if you're running Nest to go next, AoE days, that kind of thing, reduce turn meter, and then Django, because Django will go and do his flame and prevent them from gaining more turn meter. So that's kind of the three you want, and then after that it doesn't really matter. Zam will do her thing, and Boba Fett will do his thing. So if you get those three going, where Boss goes, he does his taunt, Nest goes, does AoE days, does her thing, and then Django goes, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nasty, and I've seen it be pretty nasty. Ziggler, question, is it worth putting Zetas on a 5-star gas? No. Looking at it, if you're going to use them in GAC, yeah. I'm not using mine in GAC in this round. I can anyway. My thought process on, if I'm just saving up all 4 Zetas. I already got 2, working on 3. I'll put them all at once. I'll keep them for offense for now and run them with the clones for team. We'll have some fun with that. But he needs all 4, really. If you're gonna do some, I think we were looking at this yesterday. Do his basic, do his leadership. Yeah. His uniques are cool, but and needed, but you can get away with that, right?
Yeah, I say that's the caveat. his Zetas are other Zetas are good, but the one that makes it so overpowered is that basic of reducing his cooldowns every time he smacks somebody with that telekinesis, you know?
Yeah. And then his leadership is pretty good too. The other ones are really good too. Those are just better in our opinion. So if you're gonna do it, do those. If you're gonna use them. So, but understand 5-star gas is you're definitely gonna want them for offense, not put them on defense. If you're going to put them on defense, put them in the back line as a surprise team. Maybe they don't have something to beat that at that point. Utah question, Ranger, what is your advice for Rabbit if they have to deal with Utah every day? Be patient. Stings question, can I beat Jedi Revan event with a Gear 7 T3 mission and Zalbar? Basila and Jolie are Gear 11. Oh yeah, the Jedi Revan event. Oh, Stings, you're well more than geared for that. I mean, the Jedi Revan events. Oh yeah, you got that. If you mean Darth Revan, even then you're still good. And if you got, it's Jedi Revan, Gear 7 T3 mission in Zalbar, Bass and Jolie are Gear 11. Oh yeah, I mean the Jedi Revan event. You just go in there and you got it, man. I seriously. Darth Revan's a different animal, but Jedi Revan, yeah, you got it. Trust me, you'll be like, God, that was easy. Darth Revan's a different animal altogether. Need a little bit more gear on those characters to do some good. All right. Big Country Max says, question, dude, where's my speeder? BCM, did you lose your speeder again? We talked about this, BCM. You can't be misplacing. I know you were in the hall last night, so maybe you left it somewhere you shouldn't have. I'm just throwing that out there. And that kind of gets us caught up on questions. I'm a little shocked. We're caught up.
That was quick.
I know. Let's see what happens if Finn's not around. I get these stuff done faster. Sniff question. I'm 80% done with Triumphant, GR, and Droids, or focus hard for Darth Revan, and I'm only 30% ready. 80% done with Triumphant and GR and Droids, or focus hard for Darth Revan, and I'm only 30% ready. That's a tough one. I'd have to look more, Sniff. I'm not too worried about Triumphant or Droids. GR is pretty good. It's hard to say don't do Darth Revan. It just really is, I'd have to see how really closely done you really are, but it's hard for me not to say, yeah. My initial inkling is say Darth Revan, but if I had to pick another one, if it was going to be Darth Revan, it would be GR. Revenator question, have you stroked your Wookiee today? No stroking of the Wookiee today. Nothing working question, who is angrier? DH or an ultimate badass raging Goliath? I have to go with the Goliath. DH is not always angry. What else? 73 question, whatever shall we talk about tonight? We'll see what news comes out. We'll see what happens. We'll see if they put out anything. So, Bill Murray's question, will over-consuming margarine increase the likelihood of me developing man boobs? Yes. Because you're producing more estrogen, it's bad. You need to work out and get that estrogen down. I mean, you can eat whatever you want.
Real butter, that'll help.
So here's the thing. Certain foods for men, dairy is one of them, causes you to produce more estrogen, which gives you man boobs. Especially if you're not working out. Now, if you're working out like a maniac, then you will never see that because you can eat whatever you want, right? Like athletes can eat whatever they want. And they have to because of just how much they're working out, the calorie intake. They just they'll eat McDonald's every day just because they need just calories because they're burning stuff off so incredibly bad. which you can eventually do, but first you have to start dieting and eat certain foods that produce testosterone for men, especially once you get past 40. Is something I'm looking at doing. And then you have to work out and you have to lift weights, not heavy, but do a lot of weightlifting, because that causes your body to produce testosterone, which will get rid of your man boobs. You know the best exercise to do, and I do them all the time, is push-ups. Push-ups are the best exercise to do. Let's see here. Sting's question: since I'll be using Jedi Revan in Arena and Hermit Yoda on that team, should I put on Hermit Yoda Zeta or the GBA Zeta first? Well, always Arena first. The Hermit Yoda Zeta is kind of important, but then GBA. I don't know how far along your GBA is and stuff. My first inclination is Hermit Yoda. So yeah. Hermit Fulgrim question: I had to put the Zeta on Caners for lack of gear. Am I ever going to get any use out of it? Yeah, it's not a bad Zeta. It's not needed. It's not one of those Zetas it's not like Rose Tico, where you're like, oh my god. You'll get some use out of it, but it's not necessary. Good old Marissa says, well played, Ranger. This is the ultimate troll block. Yes, I don't play the troll game. Slap me the head. Ranger, take off your shirt. Let's see. No, because I don't want to be demonetized. I ain't taking a chance. 2 things you don't do on YouTube that I've learned is get naked, and the other one is play copyrighted music. They'll pull your stream faster than anything. Hell, just for certain cuss words, if you have too many cuss words, they'll block it. They're really something else, man.
Yeah, they're words that we can't say because they'll end up monetizing.
Too many, yeah. Too many of them. It's not good. So. Ranger eats dairy. Yeah, I do. I do eat some dairy. But you know what, good old Marines? I'm also walking and running for 3.5, 5 miles a day and doing workouts. So, kind of need the calories. I don't know if you ever tried to do a 3 to 5 mile run on an empty stomach and not eating. It's not fun. I'm getting ready to do it after GAC. I'll be taking my stupid ass out there and getting punished. But if you're not working out and you're eating tons of cheese and stuff like that as a man, it's really going to hit you hard. No. Not CG sucks. I can say that all I want. Look at General Anakin. Just bossing it up. Now, eat it afterwards. Briere Sagan. So, like, I know a lot of half marathoners, because especially marathon runners, they eat whole pizzas a day because they need the calories. And I'm eventually going to get to that point because I'm going to start pushing from 3 to 5 to 5 to 10, and it's going to suck. Nathaniel Morgan question: why are Shock Teen clones so stupid? Because that's the way CG made them. They're pretty badass. On his dairy. God, Herman Fulcrum. I mean, the good thing is if you work out a lot, you can eat pretty much whatever you want, and within limits, right? But your calorie intake it should be based off how much exercise you're getting. I mean, there was I was reading one story about one NFL player, wide receiver, eats McDonald's every day, like multiple days, because he just needs the calories. He eats anything to get his hands on because he's working out so much that his body just burns it as soon as it gets in his system. I know, Michael Phelps, the swimmer, would eat an ungodly amount of food. I mean, pizzas and whole pizzas and stuff, just because he was burning so many calories and stuff. It's just ridiculous. 10 Bears question: is there any reason to save and or roll offense to set arrows with speed primary? Yeah, certain characters need offense. I mean, if you got an offense set arrows with speed primary, yeah, I mean, that's not a bad mod to have, 10 Bears. I mean, speed and offense cannot hurt anything. Beef jerky is actually a good snack to have. I mean, peanuts are a good snack to have. Beef jerky is actually a good snack to have. There was a whole bunch of stuff I read about what's a good snack and stuff. Peanut butter. not the
But
sugary
for
type.
men,
Yeah, for men. Yeah.
uh, yeah, there's all sorts of stuff that's high in zinc, and you don't want to eat stuff that has like natural forms of estrogen in it.
Yeah,
Like don't eat
dairy, any
sesame
protein powders,
seeds.
yeah, like soy, that's really bad.
Don't eat, don't eat. I think it's flax seeds that because those are high in natural forms of estrogen. So you eat a bunch of those. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not good for
there's certain
guys.
foods you can find it online that that are stuff that you shouldn't be eating. Meat's always good for men, um, but like certain foods just have a your sugar intake is important too. Um, but yeah, there's
Google
just
is your best friend for these types of things because there are lists of all the foods that
yeah, you can
you would
find it, and
want
you
to.
can still you can still have cheat days. But I mean, if you're going to be like if you're working out 2 hours a day, you can eat whatever you want because your body is just needs the calories. It's just burning it. When you first start working out and you haven't been working out in a while, you need to diet because you need to get your body into the process of burning what the fat you have on you already. But once you get to that point where you got lean muscle mass and you're still working out super hard, um, you're you can eat whatever you want because your body at that point is going to just burn it as soon as it gets in there. So,
Yeah.
Limp biscuits. Now they're talking about American biscuits or UK biscuits. I think they're different types of biscuits altogether. Look at no, I'm just going through GW and gas is just being gas. I don't even have him maxed out yet. He's just a beast. I'm excited to use him here soon for you guys. I'm busting my ass trying to get him geared and stuff, but missing the old stun guns. Let's see if I can. But I hope everybody joined their TW. We got TW going today. So we'll go here for a few more minutes and then I'm going to get ready for GAC. So we'll do that probably at 1:15. Then I'll do that. We'll knock that out real quick. We'll have some fun. And then I'm going to go do my workout. What else? How important is Watt Z is to his functionality? Very. Sting's question: is it worth slicing offense mods to 60 if they have offensive primaries and 100 flats offense secondaries despite having low speed? Yes. Anything you get an offensive mod with an offensive primary and an offensive secondary, I don't care what it is. Yeah.
Definitely.
Dommy P says your GACs are among my favorite ones. Well, thank you. I mean, Urs by far is the most entertaining GAC just person. Period. I don't care. Like mine's more structured and focused on stuff, but I can't compete with Urs with his entertainment value. Urs is ridiculous, and I think that's why we all love Urs, watching him do his thing. But I tend to focus on the teams that you need to use, things of that nature. It's way more serious. We have fun, but it's a little bit more focused. But God, Urs, I love Urs. God, that dude makes me laugh every time. Like, what are you doing, man? His reactions are the best. You can't top Urs. TLaman92 question: is Zam a must under Django after Boss, Bubba, and Dingo, or is there any options like CAD, Embo, or others? You can go with. So the thing is, you want. So the payout is for Django lead is AOE's, right? And Zam's just a great character in that for that reason, and for what she does. Dengar's too because of his thermals. So if you can get your Zam going for your Dengar, she throws thermals, then Dengar goes right after and tosses his thermals. This is all based off from Van Seal. This is what I call the Van Seal team. Long ago, Van Seal came up with this team, and it works super well. So let's say Boss goes first, then your Django, your Boba Fett, you've done your AoEs, then Zam does her thing, throws her thermals, then Dengar goes right afterwards and does his thermals. You got your payout off, and once you do the payout on that bounty hunter team, it's game over. You're not beating it. Well, thank you, Dommy P. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. But yeah, she's really really good in that lineup. I mean, you can go with other bounty hunters, right? I mean, Embo's really really good in that team as well. I mean, you can replace maybe Zam with Embo. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, just for me, this is the way I've set it up is based on Van Sale, but it's not a be all end all thing. I mean, a different bounty hunter than Zam is fine too. I think you still need Dengar in there for the AoE thermals that he's going to do. And I don't think my Anakin's like covered yet. Jesus. Gino says I just lost because of that bounty hunter team setup. Yeah, it's pretty potent. I mean, I usually when I see it, I go in there with CLS. I don't dick around with that team because that's the only team that you can use that can do that. You stun Bosk and then you go burn the hell out of Django and Boba Fett. It gets a little bit trickier with Nest in there, but Finn showed us how to do it without. You know, you go and kill Nest with big hits. All right, we'll continue here with the GAS. Got another 2 or 3 minutes here. And then we will go into our GAC. Yes, kill Nihilus. Shoot him, kill him, maim him. And then the team, when I get it fully done, is going to be wrecked. I already got the Zetas on. Alright, he covered. Okay. Finally covered. And he gets his protection back. Look at that. Just stupid. God. Yeah. It's a good point. What else? 93. Alright, I'll finish this last round of GW, and then I think we'll call this one done. I'll set up the event. Just it's not up yet, guys. I have to launch it. So at 1:15 we'll do GAC. And we'll do that. We'll have some fun with GAC, and then we will take a little break, and then we'll be back for the big stream tonight. I don't know why they're killing Dooku. I just want to see how this team plays out. Really going after old JS. He's going to go cover. Okay. Shooting 5s. Anakin's getting his protection back. Interesting. Let's kill somebody else. Yeah. Okay, he's back up. There we go. Silliness. Alright, GOM, see you later, brother. Leonardo Dima Calculilla, I can't even say that. Question: will ARC Trooper complete the GAS team as it is? Gas seems to be the Darth Revan when his first leave. Malik made it OP. Possibly. We haven't seen, I don't really know the dynamics, but I mean, team's really, really, really good. I've seen the testing. I've seen what Arnold and Mobile Gamer have shown, and the thing is, Anakin needs to be, once he gets Gear 13 and Relic, that team's stupid. It really stupid. You can put it on auto and beat pretty much anything. It's dumb. Like yeah. I think ARC Trooper would be a nice addition, but I think Snips in that team, she's super badass good too. So we'll see. All right, we're going to end the stream there. So thank you guys for hanging out with us. Give me about 15 minutes. 1:15 p.m. Eastern, we will go do our GAC. So we'll go rock and roll and knock out those teams. Another round of GAC for you guys. And so, yeah, but make sure you stop what you're doing. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you check out our ACS campaign. It's going on right now. Maybe get one of those wristbands. Help support our fight against pediatric cancer. We've got the big stream, as I said, coming up in the beginning of December, which will be 12 plus hours. Let's do a nonstop gaming, trying to raise money for that. So we got a lot of good stuff planned in the future. But, yeah, let's end this stream. Thank you guys for doing that. Maybe check out our Patreon, all our other services we offer. Yeah, I think that covers everything. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thanks for stopping by. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in 15 minutes, or we'll see you tonight for the big stream. So see you then. Peace out.